Recap in minutes. In today's video, we will be going through an action war movie named William Kelly's War. There will be spoilers ahead, so chill out and enjoy. The movie begins with shots of a girl and boys running in the fields, and the narrator starts to tell the story of her family and their farm alongside the Proserpine River in Queensland. The narrator is Jessica Kelly, who is the sister of two brothers, who are shown running with her at the beginning. She says that they would run to hunt kangaroos in the fields, and her brother Billy used to aim at them with his rifle. They had a prosperous farm at that time. She says they have shared their farm with her Aunt Kath and cousin Patty. When they arrive home they talk about the qualities of the shooting. Jessica tells them that Billy never missed any bullet. The next scene shows that all of their family members were going to the community hall in their town. They would gather at the community hall for the celebration of the new year. In this ceremony, a boy asks Jessica to dance with him and she agrees. An old man from the community gets up to the stage and announces the winner of the shooting competition of the year. The man announces the Queensland Championship for rifle shooting of any age and anywhere in town. William Kelly won this award for the town and everyone congratulates him. After that, they rode on their cart to come back home from the New Year celebrations of 1914. All of the siblings were very happy. After some time in the movie, their father was reading the newspaper and he tells his wife that there is a man, Archduke Ferdinand, has been murdered. This was the man, who was an heir to the Austrian throne. Germany declares war on France and Russia consequently, while England starts a war with Germany. Actually, the world was at war at that moment. In the next moment, we see Jessica's brother Billy and cousin Patty in the battleground. Billy was practicing his shooting skills, which amazed his sergeant. That officer appreciates his shooting skills. He offers to shoot at double distance. They move back to see the result at that point. He shoots again perfectly. Seeing that they are impressed by Willie's shooting, Patty comes up with the idea of betting on his next shot. Billy shoots the dead center of the target on his next shot too. Patty won the bet. In the next scene, we see there has been more than a year passed in the war. Billy and Patty were somewhere in Gallipoli in Turkey. Billy shoots a man and sees who comes to pick him up. After that, he shot an officer of the Turkish army there. They spend time in the camps, trenches, and barracks, being the sniper team of the army. After some time they were checking a battlefield after the fight. There was a photographer with them too for war documentaries and newspapers. They saw a man alive and moving among the dead bodies. Billy shoots him. After their shot, the photographer clicks their picture. In the meantime, the Turkish army finds them and fires cannonballs at their place. They hardly survive the attack. Back on their farm, their photo was published in the newspapers. Jessica took the newspaper to her father and rejoiced in their victories. Their father, Mr. Kelly, envied his boys becoming men. While on the other side in the barracks, Billy and Patty were selling the eggs to their fellow mates. Because food and eggs were scarce on the battleground. Patty, who is high and expert in gambling and profiting business, he was selling the eggs at high prices. He makes up stories about the eggs and sells them. The second one in this scene he sold by saying that to be the last egg in France. In a letter he wrote to his home he said they are now the night shift team. They move artillery at night, being the machine gun disposal crew. His mother replied that she did not like his job. Back in the battleground, Billy and his team were maneuvering at night. There was an ambush on their team. Billy was wounded in the attack. The enemy's machine gunners were watching him and his companions come outside to take him, while all of his team was hidden in the bunker, but Jack came out, found the shooters, and killed them. He took Billy into the ditch from where he was taken to the medical facility in the morning. In the next scene, we see Billy in the hospital bed. The English army takes a wounded prisoner of war to the same hospital beside his bed. The hospital nurse does not treat him well. At night Billy gives him his tea. In the morning some English soldiers came and started to read the Bible. Billy says he does not harm him anymore, he already had enough. Watching him, the sergeant came to Billy and threatened to send him to the front line to fight. While Billy says he is not afraid of the front line. At the same moment, they took the wounded soldier in the yard and executed him. The sergeant fires at him, letting Billy see his misery again. Back on his farm, Mr. Kenneth along with his men are looking for cattle and land. He asks Billy's father who is the owner of the cattle there. Mr. Kelly introduced himself and then Mr. Kenneth asked him to sell his cattle to him. Mr. Kelly refused to sell. There was a little argument between Jessica and Mr. Kenneth when he was insisting that he sell him the cattle. Mr. Kelly asked him to leave at the end. After some time Billy's parents were attending a public session in the community center. A public representative was asking the community to send more men to the war. He was making public opinion in his favor. Billy's mother stands up and tells the speaker that she will talk on this matter. She was opposed, but she continued. She said she wants to know where their sons are, and she would not let anybody send their sons again to someone else's war. There on the front lines, Jack was reading the letters from their sister. She wrote to them that the country has voted against the new conscription. She informed them about their mother's speech too. They miss their family there. After some time, Mr. Kenneth appears in front of Wellshot Cattle Station in Cloncurry. The farmer sends his family back home to hide. At the same time, Kenneth kills Wellshot. He enters the house and kills his son and wife too. In the next scene, on 5th of October 1918 in France, Jack along with his platoon attacked the check post of the Germans. They were outnumbered by Germans. They entered the checkpoint and started to fight with Jack and his men. In this fight, they captured Jack wounded. The German captain interrogates him about his mission and number of the men in the field. They beat him when he does not say a word. In the meantime, one of Jack's men goes to the main unit of the military and tells them about the incident. They send the reinforcement. When the Germans were beating and luring Jack, they attack them. They succeed in freeing Jack from their captivity after the fighting. When they were taking him to their camp, the Germans open fire on them. They kill most of their men. Billy got out of the bullets. He snatched German soldiers' guns. After some time in the fight, they killed all the Germans except the hidden one. When Jack's brother and his cousin were walking in the ditch to go to their camp, that hidden shooter fired at them, leaving them lying in the ditch wounded. On the other hand, Mr. Kelly woke up after a nightmare. He comes outside of the bed and gets his rifle ready. At this time his wife comes to him and asks what the matter is. He suspects his son Billy's death, which worries his mother and his sister. On May 1, 1919, Billy's mother along with his aunt went to the Army Repatriation Center in Sydney. She asks about their sons. The major tells them that they are somewhere on the battlefield and missing. Miss Kelly gets furious over his remarks about missing. She says that they are somewhere where the army has led them to find them and get them back to us. In the next scene, Kenneth comes to the broker of the cattle in the town. He persuades him with the money to help capture the cattle of Mr. Kelly. He first refuses to cooperate and draws the pistol out, but then he offers him the money and he agrees. Sometime later, on 3rd of June 1919, the community was gathered at the community center in Proserpine. They were gathered there to welcome the homecoming of returning soldiers. When the ceremony was about to start, the mayor received a call, which informed him about a telegram for Mr. Kelly. They went to the nearby general store and read the telegram. Billy talked about the death of Patty in that letter. This sad news brought sadness to everyone there. In the next scene, Miss Kelly goes to the Sydney hospital where Billy and Jack were being treated. She meets them there and after some time she sends Billy back home. After some time, when Mr. Kelly was cutting the woods with his axe, he was shot by Kenneth's men. They killed him and kidnapped his daughter Jessica. While in the meantime, Billy comes to the station on the train, and reaches home but finds no one. He goes to the cellar of his home and finds Richie there. He takes him and his aunt to the police station. The policeman and Billy have arguments over the missing of his father and sister. The police officer tells Billy that he has sent both of his constables for another investigation. So he cannot send anyone with him at the moment. Billy tells the policeman there that if anyone does anything to his father and sister, he will make them pay on the spot. After coming back, he examines his lawn where he finds the covers of the bullets. After some time he finds the grave and body of his father in that place. After some time, a justice court was held at the Proserpine courthouse. Everything about the ongoing investigation was told to the community there. On the other hand, Billy was on his mission to find Jessica. He finds two of Kenneth's men on his way. He recognized them by the knife of his father. One of them died while he overcame the other one. He asked about Jessica and her kidnappers from this man. He tells him their address. In the next scene, a constable comes to Miss Kelly asking about the whereabouts of Billy. He informs them that the South Wales police have found evidence of Billy's involvement in the killing of the same two men on the hillside. He also talks about the knife of Mr. Kelly and the gun of Mr. Wellshot. Miss Kelly ignores their doubts and asks her to find her daughter. Jack comes out of his home and asks him to leave. At night Jack goes to Mr. Peter Burns, who runs the business of sales and purchase of the cattle. He goes through all the records of his sales and waits for him to come. When he comes he asks him about his latest deposits of £500 in the bank. He also asks him how did the kidnappers know where and which were Kelly's cattle. During the conversation, Jack finds out that Peter was involved in the killing of his father and Tom Wellshot. Peter reaches his drawer to pick up his gun which Jack has already taken out. After some time Jack kills him and goes away from his office. On the other side, Billy comes near the hideouts of Kenneth and his men. When his men see him they fire on him in the forest. He hides and kills them one by one. After that, he continues to find Jessica. while Jessica escapes and runs from Will and Kenneth. In the meantime, Billy arrives there and shoots Will. Kenneth captures her again and forces Billy to surrender or find them again. Then he takes her into a cave. He hides in there while Billy asks him to leave the girl and walk away with the money. After some time in the cave, he kills Kenneth. Jessica takes his gun and kills Will after coming out of the cave. The movie ends when both of them come home to their mother, brother, and aunt. Billy was not found guilty of any charges against him and he continued his work for serving the community. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more videos like this, and to help the channel grow.